Frenchman's Track, Cape York. It's famous for the notoriously deep and rocky crossing of the Pascoe River and typically does not see vehicles getting through until June most years. Being only the 18th of May 2021, after a massive wet, we thought we'd give the track a look with the expectation of having to backtrack when we hit the Pascoe. Heading east on the Frenchman's Track starts off through Savannah country with the first major obstacle normally being the Wenlock River. However, well before the Wenlock, we were already hitting unmarked creek crossings. Following these small creek crossings, we came across a very boggy clay section where other vehicles had clearly been stuck.
Oh, it's muddy. And we're stuck. Yep.
It was at this point that I realised my winch was no longer working at full capacity, which was not ideal given the situation. A £9,500 winch should be able to effortlessly pull a light little Subaru pretty much anywhere. It was only when we got back to Perth that I discovered the breather on the winch had a hole rubbed through it from all the vibrations and had let water into the winch motor on the Telegraph Track.
Snap back and like taking my head off.
Hopefully not.
Would it do that though? Do you want me to push?
No, it's not going to make any difference whatsoever.
We're stuck. Very stuck. In the middle of nowhere. And the winch is not even playing game. It's not strong enough currently, so Alex is putting a what's it called? A snatch block in. To help. Yeah, let's see how this goes. Whew. Yeah, a little bit boggy.
With the car successfully extracted, it was time to set up camp on the banks of the Wenlock River and cook up a feed.
We are here on the beautiful Wenlock River and we have Alex cooking us some dinner on his mini bonfire. Alex, what are you cooking for us tonight?
Freshly caught this morning, giant trevally. That wasn't overly giant, but still a giant trevally. With weird, fail egg batter.
And which way do you egg a fish, Alex? Egg first or flour first?
Egg first.
Good job.
I make no promises that it's going to taste good. I don't know what giant trevally is. Or don't know what it tastes like anyway. And I think it's good eating fish, but it feels a bit rubbery. Which probably means I did something wrong with it.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
The next morning it was time to check out the Wenlock River crossing. The wet season had left massive logs across the track down to the river, and the river was very deep and flowing hard. I was not game to walk it with the possibility of crocs around, but looking at other photos of the river when it was at lower levels, I estimate the depth was around 1.5 metres in the middle. With a winch on its last legs and an even deeper Pascoe River ahead of us, it was not worth the risk of setting up the safety lines to get across. Having been unexpectedly defeated by the Wenlock River, it was back out to the main road to take the long way around to the very, very windy Chile Beach.
Barely even splashing up on the side.
This is Chile Beach. And our campsite. It's been howling a gale. Right on the beach. Howling a gale.
On our way back from Chile Beach, we decided to head down the Frenchman track from the eastern end to have a look at just how deep the Pascoe was. The track down to the Pascoe River was completely ruined by the wet, but with some work we could have driven it. But the river itself was completely undrivable, being at least 1.5 metres deep and flowing hard.
Pascoe is flowing hard. The track down is pretty messed up.
With the Pascoe checked, it was back out to the main road through some pretty rough bits of track.
You don't want to be not paying attention and accidentally go over that one.
Doing it in the dark. Yeah, you want me to get out and give you some guidance?
I think we're good at the moment.
How are you going to get through here?
Lots of rocking and rolling.
We found out later the first heavily modified vehicles to get through the Frenchmans were only a month after we were there, so we didn't feel too bad about being defeated. We will have to come back someday and give it another go.